Hi there. Today I'm very tired and I'm gonna talk about Scorpios. The moon is in Scorpio today, so it's very fitting. I love when it aligns like that. Also, I can feel the Scorpio energy because I'm constantly feeling the moon, so it's gonna help me out with this video. Another thing, I have a tarot and astrology shop where I sell readings. So Depop, my Depop is for the weirdos. I'll list it below. My Etsy is Shop of the New Moon, also listed below. I'm better at Depop because I've already kind of had my experience with Depop. Etsy is confusing, but I will figure it out. So I want to give people more options because not everyone wants to make a Depop. It's kind of annoying to make a Depop, so I want to give people options. But yeah, I give really good readings, so we can check it out. And I really appreciate it because I love doing them. So Scorpios, I will start with the stats. Scorpio is a fixed water sign. It is ruled by the 8th house. It's ruled by the planet Pluto. Its glyph is kind of an M with a little devil horn at the end of it. And the symbol for Scorpio is the scorpion. And the tarot card is death. So you might already figure it out from the stats. Kind of an intense sign, right? We got death, we got devil horns. The 8th house, that's an intense house. It is all about sex, death, transformation, and kind of that inner transformation, for instance, just when we go through huge transitions in our life, that's the 8th house, and transitions so big that it feels like a death to our old self and a birth to a new self. It's kind of that saying of when one door closes, another door opens. That's a very Scorpio saying. It is the sign of endings and new beginnings. Also, the card death, a lot of people get scared when they see death in tarot and they think that it means literal death. It does not. It can in very specific circumstances, but really what death means in a reading is a huge transformation from the inside. And it's actually, in my opinion, a very positive card. It means there's a whole butterfly shedding its skin happening, and I don't find that to be negative at all. I think that's a very positive, and I think it's very powerful. So that is another buzzword for Scorpio, is powerful. I find them to be very powerful people. Many do get into witchcraft and are interested in esoteric practices and things like tarot, astrology, like I said, Wicca, and just the underground kind of thing. They like I think also the darker side of witchcraft and things like that. They like the shadow side of things. So Scorpio is a sign that embraces the shadow of life there are some signs that hide from it and run away from the shadow, but the shadow's important. That's why we do shadow work. If you're unfamiliar, I'm saying shadow a lot, so I'm gonna explain it real quick for anyone who doesn't know what that means. It's kind of just the parts of us that we might deem as flaws or that we don't like, or for instance, we could be like very hard working, or someone could be very hard working, so that's like a good trait of theirs, but then the shadow of that is their pride might be so big that they can never ask for help even when they're like really struggling. So that's an example of shadow side. We all have our shadow and light side, so to be like a balanced person, we need to embrace the whole of us. So that's the purpose of shadow work, and I bring that up in the Scorpio video because I think Scorpio is, to me, Scorpio represents shadow work and the shadow. I think that especially like Scorpio risings, they can represent to people their shadow side. So I think that's why a lot of people don't like Scorpios, besides the fact that they have a tendency to like betray and lie to people. So I think that's a pretty fair reason. But if you don't like a Scorpio and they haven't done anything and you don't understand why, it might be because they're showing you the parts of yourself that you are scared to confront. But that's a lot Scorpio risings, I think, because the rising is kind of how we present ourselves. So I will be talking more about Scorpio suns. But Scorpio suns, they are intense and powerful people, very deep. Scorpio as a sign does not enjoy the superficial, the small talk, all of that. They want to just dive into the deep ends. I think Scorpios can have a tendency to jump into relationships really fast because they have trouble like pacing themselves, because they don't like to take it. They just see the world in a deep lens, and they don't understand the point of small talk, and that because they're like ready to speak about deep issues all the time. It's kind of who they are as people, very deep people, very passionate. They were traditionally ruled by Mars. That is the traditional ruler. The modern ruler is Pluto, but I believe that most Scorpios I know are more like Mars energy, but I think, I don't think that the Mars of Scorpio has gone away. I think that Scorpio is still a very Mars-ruled sign. Just my personal opinion. This is all just my personal opinion. But yes. Where was I going? Oh, with the passionate. So when a Scorpio likes something, they go all in. I think they can get obsessive and addicted to things, but the bright side of it all is that if they can like moderate themselves and keep their interests under control, they're so deeply passionate about things, and they can just get into something and just dive in and dive deeper and deeper and deeper, because they have that drive, and it's like a feeling drive. Like they just feel passionate. It's not like a logical, I need to keep doing this, kind of like a Virgo, for instance, as an earth sign. could probably nurture and build a skill, but it might come from more of a discipline kind of thing. But with Scorpio, it's like an intense like passion that drives them, you know what I mean? So they usually have a thing that they're very passionate about. It does not always witchcraft. It can also be like music and the arts. Like they're very creative people. Just being a water sign, they're emotional and creative and intuitive. Scorpio feels things very deeply. So yes, they are very great artists. They do make very great artists if they want to. I find that their music, like Scorpio music to me, feels intense. It's like you can feel the intensity, and it's a very strong sign. They're very protective people. I will say there are a lot of Scorpios that I think have unhealed wounds, so they do tend to, and I think that Scorpio as a sign can think that people are out to get them a lot of the time. And I think that the thing with Scorpios that I've noticed is they will take out their like paranoia on others and betray people, and kind of push them away by like breaking their trust. I've experienced this with a couple of Scorpios. So that is just an observation I've made. I'm not saying every Scorpio will betray people, but I think they can make themselves appear very trustworthy, and but then kind of turn around and break that trust, and I'm not 100% sure on why they do it. But I think it comes from a very defensive place of like being very unhealed. So yeah, I guess I'm getting deeper than usual in the Scorpio video because Scorpios are deep. But I'm not saying it's every Scorpio. I do love you, Scorpios. I think that it's the unhealed Scorpios. You know what I mean? Like, yeah. So Scorpios, it's a very investigative kind of sign. They love to get to the bottom of things. It comes from their intense depth. They love to get to the bottom of things. They, like I said, not into the superficial. They're gonna want to look beyond, and they are usually hiding a lot. So they assume that other people are also hiding a lot, I think. But yeah, they can be very secretive people if they want to be. They definitely love their privacy. They value their privacy a lot. Privacy is very important to them. So they like to kind of retreat into a shell. They like to have a sanctuary to themselves. And I think they're also pretty sensitive. And sometimes they'll develop this very tough shell to hide how sensitive they are. But they're very sensitive, and they're usually very sweet people and very like touchy-feely and affectionate kind of people, like physically affectionate. Scorpios love sex. The 8th house rules sex, which is the Scorpio house. So they are definitely, I think they usually have like a sex drive higher than most, and also they have this like magnetism. Like they're usually very sexy people because they just have this like natural magnetic like attractiveness to them. it's like a sexual attractiveness. Like, a lot of people want to smash them. So that's just facts. I'm just speaking facts. And that goes for Scorpio placements in general. I feel like, so yeah, this very like magnetic personality usually, and it's the depth that they have. Like, I think people get drawn to their intensity. They're just they have this like quiet confidence. They're very much confident in who they are, I feel. And they can be like proud of being kind of evil, I think. Maybe that's why they go and betray people. I'm still trying to figure out the mystery that is Scorpio. Did I mention mysterious? Because they are mysterious as hell. So they kind of love it. They love being evil. They love being mysterious. I feel like, honestly, Scorpios are gonna hate me for this video, and I'm sorry, Scorpios, because Scorpios get so much hate. They are the most hated sign, I think. I feel like if you're a Scorpio, like, you feel me on this. Yeah, so I know I'm like saying some shit. I'm a Scorpio Mars, and like, I have it heavy in my personality, so I feel your guys' pain, so maybe at least like we can be in it together. But yeah, the Scorpio as a sign is very connected to the wound. They are very in touch with the pain of the world. I think that depending on where the Scorpio is in someone's chart, they can grow up, thinking the world is a very evil place because they've experienced like evil things. And yeah, they're in touch with the pain, but if they do decide to heal their pain, they're so powerful. They can heal at like superhuman rates and like really bring on this intense transformation. Scorpio will likely go through a couple of different transformation, big transformation in their lifetime. So that's all I'm gonna say for today. I had a lot of fun talking about Scorpios today. It's very fun. But thank you guys for watching. Again, I'd love to give you a reading if you want to check out my shops. It'll be in the description. Thank you for subscribing and liking. I appreciate it all. And I'll see you in the next one. Bye.